welcome to YMUN Korea Parliamentary Procedure Workshop. In this video, we'll be going over the rules and regulations that will govern the debate in our conference.
You probably come from a strong MUN background and already have some familiarity with parliamentary procedure. Or maybe YMUN Korea is your first ever conference. Either way, it is worth going through parliamentary procedure once more, so that all delegates are on the same page and are getting accustomed to American way of debate.
The first step we need to clarify is the type of debate. In American MUN parliamentary procedure, there are two types of debate that can be used in committee: an unmoderated caucus and a moderated caucus. An unmoderated caucus is similar to what Korean students call lobbying. It is an informal conversation between delegates for discussing ideas and writing resolutions. The time, length, and purpose of an unmoderated caucus are determined by the delegate who proposes the caucus. On the other hand, a moderated caucus is a more structured type of debate, where the chair calls on the delegates using their placards to speak for a set amount of time. Once again, the length and the purpose of the moderated caucus is determined by the delegate who proposes the caucus.
After the end of either a moderated or an unmoderated caucus, the chairs are going to ask the delegates if there are any points or motions on the floor. Points are the way the delegates can communicate with the chairs if they have any questions, concerns, or need a clarification. There are three different types of points that delegates can offer. The first point is a point of order. You should use this point when you think there is a lack of fairness or efficiency in the committee. For example, if you think that a delegate is being picked all the time, or if you think that there's something wrong with the procedure by the chair, then probably that is the time you want to use a point of order.
The second type of point is the point of personal privilege. You should use this point when you have a personal need that is urgent. For example, you could request for a temperature change in the room or for a speaker to speak louder. Since our hosts at Seoul National University are wonderful, hopefully you won't have to use these points that often.
The last type of point you can use is a point of inquiry. You should use this point if at any point of time you feel like you need some guidance on the way procedure or substance of debate is going. If at any point of time you feel confused and need some clarification from your chair, do not hesitate to use a point of inquiry.
Another way that you can communicate with your chairs is through raising motions. Delegates should raise motions with issues that concern the entire committee rather than individual concerns. For example, you could raise a motion to move to unmoderated caucus if you would like to see a more informal type of debate. You could raise a motion to move to moderated caucus if you want a more structured debate. You could also raise a motion to vote if you want to vote on this issue at hand.
There are three types of yields that delegates can make. Firstly, they can yield to another delegate, which means that they give the remaining of their time to some other person from the committee to complete the speech. Make sure this someone is someone from your coalition, though. The second type of yield is a yield to questions, which means that the remaining time is used for the delegates to ask the questions. Finally, there's a yield to the chair, where you give the voice back to where it belongs, to your chair.
So these are the basic rules of American Model UN. Of course, there are more details that your chairs will clarify as soon as they step foot in your committee. But for now, you can review these instructions and familiarize yourself with the basic rules of procedure.
We are all incredibly excited to see you really soon in Korea. It's only a few months. The clocks are already ticking.